Oh, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. There's so much more to our health that's going on. We're finally figuring out some of these primary causes beyond the adrenals and cortisol levels.
What they said in the conclusion, but basically it is that the evidence does not support the theory of adrenal fatigue. Key points. The science does not support the theory that fatigue syndromes have any connection whatsoever to abnormal adrenal function or low cortisol levels. Given these simple and inarguable facts, it makes absolutely no sense to continue to try to explain fatigue and exhaustion and burnout through the lens of the adrenals and cortisol levels as though they are the primary cause. The primary cause of these symptoms is clearly not abnormal cortisol levels. So we must stop trying to fix these symptoms as though the adrenals and cortisol levels are the primary cause. Short book and over 3 hours of video content examining all of the nuances and details of the science on this subject. I've posted all of that
50 pages on this, and so adrenal fatigue is not real. There's other causes.
extremely important layer to that story and giving you 6 powerful strategies to start increasing your energy levels today. I want to talk to you about the single most common cause of chronic fatigue or low energy levels, which is disrupted circadian rhythm. So first of all, what is the circadian rhythm? Well, we're all tied to the sun. Most of us don't realize this in the modern world because we become very disconnected from this fact, but on a biological level, we are all still very tied to the rise and the fall of the sun. Most organisms, including humans, have their metabolic, physiological, hormonal, and behavioral processes synchronized to a 24-hour clock. And according to these external signals that tell us when it's day and when it's night, our biology orchestrates a symphony of hormonal neurotransmitters. Circadian clock regulates energy regulating hormones and neurotransmitters, metabolism regulating hormones, sleep and rejuvenation, appetite regulating hormones, stress and youth hormones, health and longevity. There's amazing research coming out linking circadian rhythm to your overall health and risk of many different diseases and your longevity, as well as arousal and alertness and energy levels. Now, I'm sure you've already heard people say things like, make sure to get your 7 or 8 hours of sleep every night. Well, here's a big problem. Just doing that alone is not enough. And the reason why is that the circadian rhythm controls the depth and the quality of your sleep. And it directly modulates wakefulness and energy hormones and neurotransmitters. So in other words, even if you get 7 or 8 hours of sleep every night, if that sleep is not deep and rejuvenative, you may still wake up groggy the next day and your cells may not have fully undergone their regenerative processes. So why does all this matter? A large and rapidly growing body of new research has discovered that the circadian rhythm is a primary factor in not just when we're asleep and awake, but also in our health, our body composition, and our energy levels. Moreover, this new research has discovered that virtually all of us living in the modern world are unknowingly living with the effects of a chronically disrupted circadian rhythm. Or as one circadian rhythm researcher put it, we're all living in a sort of circadian fog. You can think of it as a chronic state of scientist who studies this field. He said humans evolved on a planet without electric light over thousands and thousands of generations. The body is designed to be alert and awake during daytime hours and to sleep at night. Now we have a 24/7 society that isn't in harmony with our biological design. Disrupted circadian rhythm has been linked to all sorts of nasty health effects. Just to give you a quick sampling, it's been shown to contribute to inflammatory, lack of ability to feel pleasure, anxiety, depression, and mood disorders, which are all common symptoms in people with fatigue and chronic lack of energy. So what are the primary causes of circadian rhythm disruption? Well, there's several layers of causes, but the primary one is that we're not getting enough of a daytime and energy mode signal into our circadian clock in the brain during the daytime when we should be getting it because we're indoors, not getting bright outdoor light. And then at night, we're getting way too much of that daytime energy mode signal when we shouldn't be getting it from all of the modern artificial lighting sources. So man-made lighting, indoor lighting, TVs, computer screens, cell phones, tablets, all of these different kinds of man-made artificial lighting are now emitting light, especially light in the blue wavelengths, and that's the primary wavelengths of light that disrupt the circadian clock or that give that daytime energy mode signal to the.
All right. There's a study done connected to this with blue light, and this reaffirms that. So this blue light from our computers and electronics is screwing up this circadian rhythm.
The circadian clock in the brain. We're getting that signal when we shouldn't be getting it. It used to be that when the sun went down, there's no more blue light around, right? During the day, we have a blue sky and a bright sun that are emitting lots and lots of blue wavelengths of light. After the sun went down, the only sources of light were really firelight, which emit almost no blue light. Now that situation has changed in the modern world because we have all of these devices, indoor lighting, TVs, computers, phones, etc., that are all emitting lots and lots of blue light. That signal, that light is then getting into the eyes, feeding back through nerves into the circadian clock in the brain, and giving the brain the signal it's daytime, the time to be awake, alert, active, and energetic. And it's disrupting that circadian clock in the brain. So is there any research to show that this matters? Yes, there is a huge